down behind enemy lines. It was carrying sensitive material.
Hi, Jackson. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, Howard. How are you?
I'm not too bad, thank you. Happy New Year. I think we can still say that now.
Happy New Year.
How
Yeah,
are you
still
keeping?
say it.
I mean, yeah, we can though. So how are you keeping? I mean, despite the everything that's going on now, as from an actor's perspective, how are things been going the last couple, kind of 18 months or so?
Well, it's been interesting. You know, I've been able to go off and do a few films. I've actually done a couple fan conventions, some things that probably are not completely advisable during the state of the world, but I do firmly believe that life needs to keep on moving forward in order for us to, you know, put these practices in place and to ask so many people to make so many sacrifices in their lives. I think we need to keep art and entertainment and commerce and everything moving, you know, because like they say, you know, you don't live to work, work to live, you know, and I think that's important with all of this.
Definitely.
But I've been good. I got my family. You know, when I'm not filming, I do a lot of construction work on my house. I love building things, and so it's been good for me.
Yeah,
I'm blessed and I'm lucky, and I just, you know, grateful.
I mean, tying that into the film, into WARHUNT, which is great, by the way. Congratulations on the film. I watched it last night. It's great. That was another film that you did things that maybe you shouldn't have done, just to kind of keep things going. I mean, I think you went through quite a few obstacles to get this made. I think I was reading that I think even Mickey Rourke got stuck in Latvia, was it, because of coronavirus? I don't know. How did you?
Yeah, there's a lot of
everything.
Yeah, so basically we were filming. I'm trying to think of the month. It was in March. I want to say March, but it was right kind of like as things were gearing up. And you know, I remember before I left talking to a buddy of mine. I was like, man, I'm kind of worried about this like coronavirus thing that's popping up in China and starting to spread. And he was like, it's nothing. It's nothing. Yeah. And I was like, okay.
Fly by night, yeah.
Yeah, fly by night. And now he's like one of those, you know, hermits who doesn't leave his house ever. But that's just 2 years ago. And so I went to Latvia, but I brought my family with me, which was actually a great decision. I brought my wife and my 3 kids. We loved it. Riga is an incredible European city. And it was super, it was lovely. It was safe, is safe. And then once the cases started rising, we did have actors start dropping out, you know, going to go be with their families. I think we were starting to lose the last week and a half before filming. We lost an actor every day. And it was hard because we kept looking at each other being like, you know, like what's important in life. And to be honest, if I didn't have my family with me, I might have left a lot earlier. But finally we had to pause filming because the whole world went on pause. And that's actually, you know, one of the things where Mickey Rourke and we missed each other. So we ended up filming all of our scenes separately because when he was brought into the country and then when I was leaving, kind of overlapped. But then also when they were trying to bring me back due to the legalities, and Latvia shut its borders down, America shut its borders down. I mean, pretty much every country in the world like said no, we're taking a break from the world. And that we had a very international cast. I'm talking we had a kid from Italy, a kid from England, from Sweden, you know, like I was, I think, the only American, and you know, Ireland, Scotland. We literally ran the gamut. I mean, it was Robert Knepper, Mickey Rourke.
Robert Knepper, I was going to say, yeah.
And you know, getting to work with Knepper was incredible, man. I'm gonna say, and I wish I gotten the chance to really work with Mickey Rourke, because that was that name on that list. Whenever they sent me the offer and they said, you know, you're gonna be playing opposite Mickey Rourke, and I was like, okay. And then I flipped through the script and I had all these scenes with him, and I was like, okay. And then we filmed and I didn't get to work with him. That was it's a bummer, man. It's a bummer.
It is, but no, kudos to the editor, because it's seamless. I'm surprised that you said that you didn't get to work with him, because there's certain scenes there that just perfectly seem to stitch together. Yeah.
No, our editor did an incredible job. I think they did a great job in post. The producers really ran with this one through all the obstacles they had to go through. That was, I think it was great.
What's that?
Did our guys do it?
No way. This operation's been designated top secret.
This man has no internal organs.
What the hell are you talking about?
It brought to mind things like Predator, then certain zombie films, but it kind of turned everything on its head and created like a completely new zombie film, but bringing in witches, which is something that that was the last thing I expected. So what was it specifically? Obviously, there was a great cast already on board, but what was it specifically about these themes and the way that it turned the zombie tropes on its head that attracted you to the actual film itself?
I've been a low-key horror nerd for many, many years. I love horror films. I used to keep the George Romero box set, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, the box set of VHS underneath my bed to hide it from my Christian evangelical parents because they thought that was like demons. And I've always been obsessed with, really good supernatural films. And then there's been a trend of late to have, kind of period film with the supernatural element embedded. And, we've seen this many, 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 many times with Frankenstein, Dracula. We've been obsessed with this as a culture for generations. But now to infuse the supernatural within World War II, man, I love it. Yeah, when they did it in, oh my God, Hellboy, when they did it in Overlord, when they did it
Overlord, fantastic. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Fantastic, right? And I think, I think there's like a certain aspiration that we try to get to with WARHUNT and those types of films. I mean, given our budget was a fraction of what they had, but we tried, our best to make the movie that could,
I heard stories about Nazi doctors doing this kind of thing.
It wasn't the Germans.
Something else that it flipped on its head, I felt, was the gender roles in the film as well. It's kind of like these female witches. I don't want to give too much away, obviously, but these female witches against this platoon of macho soldiers, which I felt really worked really well. And it was something that we needed to see in kind of a genre movie, no?
Yeah, there were some real fun moments, getting to work with the witches, and they were just hysterical. The girls were the sweetest and like just badass actresses. And when they come on screen, you really just see just talent. We had a Polish girl plays the redhead. Aglaya played the kind of the head of the witches. We just had such a great cast, from the dudes to the ladies. It was a blast to be a part of. I don't know. Whenever I make a film, I have a lot of fun doing it. I mean, there's definitely headaches involved, but when you get along with your co-stars, that's the best. And I don't want to speak to too many, of those thematics when it comes to what I find fascinating about the film is just the idea of these, soldiers not really knowing what's going on, and like finding the occult in the middle of the war, and the horrors of war and the horrors of the supernatural combining together. I loved it. I don't know.
I loved it too.
It was fun.
Suddenly we're out of time. I could speak to you for ages, but hopefully we'll get to speak again another time, Jackson. But I wish you the best of luck with the film, and I hope to speak to you again sometime in the future about another project.
Cheers, man. Yeah, no, this is one of my first real forays into the horror films. It's something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I'm excited. It was fun, to get to share the screen with Mickey Rourke and Robert Knepper, get to make a movie in Latvia. Despite all the challenges, it's just what I love to do.
Brilliant. Well, I hope to see you in some more horror films sometime soon. All right, take care then. All the very best.
Cheers.
All right, cheers. Bye now.
You knew we were never going